Hi, Bill Hansberry here today. Just want to have a chat to Tier 3 trained or Playberry Tier 3 trained folks about Tutorsheets. So Tutorsheets are one of the staples of ways we give kids revision with spelling activities. And I got a really interesting question yesterday that kind of asked, should we insist that students spell words by their letter names when they're doing Tutorsheets? And the answer's a bit nuanced, and the question kind of went, should we only be getting kids to spell words out loud if they're irregular, like we do when we teach kids tricky words or hard words, or should we insist even on words like spelling pin, should we insist they, first of all, say the letter names before they do it? So here we go. So this is a tutor sheet that we give kids at teaching point 4, really early in the Playberry intervention program in Tier 3. Now, the proper routine here is a student will look at the onset and the rhyme unit, and they'll look at the picture and they'll decide, am I looking at a pit or a pin? Now, you can understand with a situation like this, a student could get away with going, oh, it's the and writing it down, okay? So they could just go pin over onto their worksheets. Pin, okay, now it's me trying to watch myself write through the phone. Okay, now, if we let kids just sound words out in the beginning, we do cause a bit of an issue because you need to remember in Playberry Tier 3, we are trying to get our kids to be really fluent between letter names and letter sounds. So what I do ask my kids to do is work out it is pin, but then I do say, now spell it out loud. So the student gets practice saying pin, P-I-N. And then, look, we know inside their brain, they're going, that's fine. Inside their brain, they are saying the sounds as they write. That's fine, but I do want them to spell the word out loud using letter names. So let's skip forward to a later tutor sheet. Now, this one here is a fill in the missing letter. Now again, the student is going to look at the picture, tap, and they have to work out what the missing vowel is. So if they're going to work on sounds, they'll know it's ap because the phonology is t-ap. Again, I still want them to work that out first of all, but then say it's going to be an A because I'm trying to develop that flexibility of knowing which letters are spelling which sounds, because if we don't give vowels names, we can get into trouble later. So that one, I still want the student to go, that is tap. And they'll say, okay, spell it aloud, T-A-P, which none of them want to do, by the way. They just want to get straight onto it. And we know in their brain they're going, because we've taught them in their spelling card drills to be able to link graphemes to phonemes and vice versa. Okay, so we're setting up good habits early. Okay, so let's skip forward in time and the student's further up in the intervention program and they have learned a spelling rule about the spelling of k in words. So they've got this TP, teaching point 14 one, and they're spelling, looking at the picture and going, that is someone kicking, so it's going to be cack, or kick. It's going to be kick. Now the answer should actually be covered by a piece of cardboard here, but my cardboard's gone missing. So that's covered. Now this is where it's really important that our students go kick, K-I-C-K. Because if they just use sounds and go k-ick, over they come, and you might get, the error you might get this, or you might get this. Both of those are orthographically incorrect. So we need the student to be going kick, that's that one there, C-I-C-K, because they've learned their CK rule after short vowels. So they'll be going kick, K-I-C-K. Now, if they don't say those two letter names, we could get that or that. Okay, so moving on in the program, same sort of situation. Here's a homemade Playberry sheet, Playberry tutor sheet, where we're going into 2-syllable words. Now let's have a look at this first one. Again, I won't kind of go into the same detail, but the student has to make a choice between kitten or kitten. Now, here we've got a double T because we've got 2 closed syllables. Now, if the student is just going k-it-n, they may spell it with a single T when we have a double T. So again, this is the importance of the students saying the letter names, K-I-T-T-E-N, or K-I-T-T-E-N. So that's important because if they just use sounds, they might miss their double T. And again, they might spell that first K, that might be spelled with a C, because this is also getting them to practice their K in front of E, I, or Y rule. Okay, so moving right on, and then we get the students into the orthographic choice of long vowel spellings. So this student is at teaching point 21, and they've just learned that there are two ways to spell the long sound of I on its own in an open syllable, or I consonant E as a first choice middle. So first word, the ripest. Now, if they go R-I-P-E-S-T, or if they just go R-I-P-E-S-T, sorry, that'll get them over the line here. But down here, if they don't actually say to themselves stripe, S-T-R-I-P-E, then we might just get this. If they're just using sounds, S-T-R-I-P, done. Because they didn't say, oops, I've nearly crossed my T. Because if they didn't say to themselves stripe, S-T-R-I-P-E, we are very likely to miss that E doing its job. Okay, so again, the importance of saying them out loud, saying the names out loud. All right, let's skip right up in the program. And we've got one that gives, oops, wrong one. We've got one that gives our kids lots of trouble. And it's the old spelling of idge on the end of two-syllable words like manage, vintage, cabbage, and hostage. There we go. So this student here is right up at teaching point 60. Oops, I'll move that over to cover the answers. And here, the student, I'm still going to insist that once they work out that the correct word is bandage and not bendage, I still want them saying bandage, B-A-N-D-A-G-E. Because if they just go bandage, you know the error. If this kid is struggling, we're going to go B-A-N-D-I, possibly an I-J. So we really want them to say B-A-N-D-A-G-E. This is a really hard one, this idge spelling on the ends of words. So again, we want them B-A-N-D-A-G-E. And they're right. B-A-N-D-A-G-E. Okay, and inside their brain reminding themselves that A-G-E is how we spell idge on the end of these multi-syllable words. So that's the thinking behind getting kids into the habit of saying the letter names when they do Playberry Tier 3 tutor sheets. Okay, hope that helped. Thanks for watching.